Aloha, everybody. Um, I just wanted to take a moment and thank all of you guys for all your wonderful comments in the past few days. Um, I appreciate it. I read them all. I just haven't had a chance to respond. It's been a really rough few days. As you can tell, my eyes are so bloodshot right now. It's not even funny. Um, yeah, just a quick update and kind of what happened. And I know this has nothing to do with resin, so if you don't want to watch, that's fine. But I have a lot of resin friends and other friends who actually watch my videos, so I just thought this is the easiest way. Um, on the 17th, I think it was, our son was walking past his dad's room, because we sleep in separate rooms just because he can't get comfortable in our bed. And I know most of you know my husband is terminal. So he was making a really weird noise. And he came in and woke me up, and this is like 6:45 in the morning, 7 o'clock, something like that. And said, Mom, Dad's making weird noises. And it was a sound that, while it was a different type of sound I've never heard, it was also the same kind of sound. I know that sounds weird, but it it was like Sean said he would make when he was in pain, like his chest pains. And so I went in and checked on him, and I couldn't wake him up. I couldn't wake him up for nothing. And my husband's very easy to wake up. I can just tap him or just say real lightly, honey, and he wakes up. He's up like that. And I couldn't wake him up. I'm like shaking him, and at one point he was, because he's a side sleeper. I actually flipped him over to his back. Still nothing. I'm tapping his face. Nothing. I'm shaking him. Nothing. I'm yelling. Dog's licking him in the face. Nothing. And I looked at our son, and I'm like, call, which means call squad. And even the paramedics couldn't wake him up. They kind of cocooned him into a sheet and took him from the bedroom to the ambulance. All I can say is, I'm going to try and say this without tearing up. One of my biggest fears has always been something happening in his sleep. Because, a heart attack or another stroke or whatever. That's always been one of my biggest fears. And for him to be unresponsive in his sleep, yeah. So they ran all kinds of tests, and everything came out fine. They did find that he had a lot of fluids on his heart, which is normal for him, but I guess he just had a lot. He has COPD on top of everything else, which was the breathing issues. And it was like a whole mix. It was a mixture of 3 different things on why it happened, is what they can figure out to the best of their ability. And then we didn't know, but he's diabetic now. We always knew that there would be a possibility that him eventually becoming diabetic, because his dad was in his early 60s when he found out that he had juvenile diabetes. So it didn't surprise very much, per se. But he is type 2, borderline 1 diabetic now. And has to, the doctor said, have a consistent carb type diet. Because he's so underweight, which he has been for a while, and that's because of all the other heart issues and stuff. He was able to be released today, finally, after days and days in the hospital. My poor husband is so black and blue, all up and down his arms. It's not even funny. He was poked and prodded and then some. So it's been a pretty stressful week, per se. He's added more gray hair to my head. I always say, I get a lot of compliments on my gray hair, and I have one person ask me, yo, what color is that? Because this was back when, like, people were actually dyeing their hair gray. I'm like, oh, honey, you can't buy this on a bottle. This is called husband gray. So, but I just wanted to do a real quick video. I'm gonna, because I do DoorDash, so, like, right now I'm doing DoorDash for a little bit, you know, and then I'm gonna go home. Right now our son is with him, and then we're gonna trade out. He's gonna go do his DoorDash, and I'm gonna be at home. So we're gonna make sure he's not gonna be home alone for a while now, you know. But yeah, that is pretty much an update. I really didn't get many answers. I really didn't, you know, but he was so confused. I had never seen him that confused. I've seen confusion with him, you know, which is normal. But the confusion, I mean, he didn't know what year it was. He didn't know the day, the month. You know, there's so much more I can say, but I wanted to keep this video down short and sweet as best as I could. I just wanted to mostly personally thank every single one of you that left me a message. I really appreciate it. You know, yeah, I appreciated them all. So just remember, you guys, you know, 2 things. 1, you go wherever your spouse is, or, you know, your better half, or whoever's special to you, and give them a hug and a kiss and tell them you love them, because, yeah. So anyways, don't forget to show a little aloha to someone, because you never know when someone's going to need to hear it, because I know I sure needed to hear all your guys' kind words this week. So, love you guys, and I'm going to try and get some videos going this weekend. So, yeah. Alright, thank you guys. Bye.